Hi, today I'm with Mike Campigotto, the president of SafeSight Exploration Inc., and he's a member of our Northern Ontario Angels. Welcome, Mike.
Thanks very much. Great to be here.
So what is your background, Mike, and how did you get into this business?
Geez, quite a tale, but I'll keep it brief. My background is I went to the University of Waterloo in mathematics and technology, computer science. I worked in the private sector for probably 10 years, then the public sector for another 10 years. And I started my own IT consulting company in 1999 and developed that and sold it in 2010. And in 2010, began to basically be in Northern Ontario, north, and try and provide them with the insights and the learning that I had. And that led me to really understanding economic challenges and development in the north, which led to the beginning of Ignite North Bay and to my role as the CEO of SafeSight Exploration Incorporated.
And what does it take to be an entrepreneur, especially during a pandemic?
Well, I think that, in terms of, I guess I would say in terms of being an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, some basic things that just get augmented in a COVID situation is, I tell folks you have to have one foot in the present and one foot in the future. If you are thinking too much about what is today, you lose out on the opportunities of tomorrow and vice versa. So you have to, as an entrepreneur, really be living 3 months from the present day, but you also have to be managing the operations of the current day. So, I really think that that's a requirement, but moreover, the ability to see things that aren't there is really important, both from an innovation and an opportunity perspective. So it's really being able to look at the world from a perspective that maybe others aren't. And that really, I think, fosters the eureka moment or the aha moment where you have an idea that hasn't been considered. And then I think the third thing that I would say is critically important. It's recognizing how much you don't know and surrounding yourself with a circle of care that can help you manifest your idea into reality. There are lots of brilliant people that have great ideas, but I think a differentiator with an entrepreneur is they know how to either surround themselves with the people who can help them, or they have an intrinsic ability to manifest that into a real product or a real service that then just uses the inner workings of business operations to sort of leverage capitalism and make money and grow. I think in a COVID situation, the thing I would add to that is the ability to pivot. Any entrepreneur who can't pivot from what they thought they were developing or the idea that they had is at risk of working really hard to build a brilliant thing no one wants. And a lot of the entrepreneurs that I coach, and even in our own company, we immediately took a knee when COVID occurred to really create a COVID business plan that looked to adjust the way we delivered, what we delivered, and how we interacted with our clients. That really was trying to leverage everything that we had to reinvent ourselves in an environment where we had to be remote or we couldn't physically be in contact with people. So I think that in COVID, your ability to pivot and innovate and rethink things in an agile way is critical to sustain your capability as an entrepreneur.
Excellent. So your company thrives on innovation. Can you explain some of the products that you've developed and how they're helping your clients?
Sure. So we have kind of right now, I think, 2 flagships, but our focus has always been to first of all understand the right problem, which I think is a misstep a lot of companies and entrepreneurs can make. Make sure you're not solving a symptom, but the root problem. Our primary innovation was a drone configured for underground survey capability. Its focus was to remove surveyors underground from harm's way. So our primary focus was a safety innovation. And as we've developed it over the last 3 years, it's turned into an innovation tool to move mines to full potential. So if you could imagine in the pre-drone world, surveyors would have to go into areas where the rock was unsupported in order to sort of scan the development to make sure that they were tunneling where they needed to tunnel and developing what they needed to develop to get to the ore body, which is where the money is. And they would have to do that at a fairly high risk, or have to do it where they got 40% to 50% of the data that they really needed to validate the operation. And it would take about an hour to do. Our technology allows them to get 100% of the data in 15 minutes from a safe location. So their safety is increased, their productivity is, our data shows in sites that are operational with our unit that they've increased productivity by twofold. They do twice as many surveys as they did prior to the drone. They are safer because they're well out of harm's way. And because there's more data, the downstream impact on the site is they operate at fuller potential, which means more tonnage per day, which translates into money operationally. So that's one of our big innovations. The other flagship we have is something called a rail runner, which is a specialized robot that autonomously climbs a rail in a mechanized rail climber development, which is also known as Alimak mining. And this unit allows the miner to clip it onto a rail and send it into the development area. That's like going up a chimney on a rail. It basically autonomously takes videos and images of the entire environment that's in an unsupported, dangerous ground condition, return back to the operator and provide them with date time stamped videos so that the development crew can assess the conditions prior to re-entering the rail, the area, the chimney, to blast and drill. So in today's world, that's done at total risk of the operator. You don't know what's going to be up there after you've blasted. You don't know the gas, air conditions, or whether or not the rock's going to fall down on you. It is a high risk endeavor. And with our new rail runner, essentially they stay on the ground and send the robot up and it comes back down. They can then visually assess the safety conditions, validate that it's safe to return to the site to continue drilling and blasting. And so again, it removes people from harm's way. It also does that operation in 6 minutes. Human assessment of the raise takes about 35 to 45 minutes. So again, faster operation or safer development. And those are a couple of those are the operational elements that we have today. We're also working on innovations in mine rescue and imaging and photogrammetry to again, increase safety and allow operators to execute their job quicker from a safe location, and by extension, create better operation and fuller potential mining.
So what would be 3 key ingredients to your success?
I think that number one is so I'll give you one pragmatic, tactical, and then 2 that are sort of maybe a little bit more lofty. I think a big key to our success is that we as a team have the ability to manage, to imagine and see what could be, but that's not there. We see unrelated components and turn them into an integrated solution. So I think our ability, I mean, it's typical in companies like Pixar and Disney. It's Imagineering. I would say that our team of engineers, we have 4 engineers from 4 different disciplines, and they are Imagineers, not just engineers. I think that's a big positive for us. I think the second thing that's been key to our success has been the circle of care that we've surrounded ourselves with. And I would include our NOA connections as part of that circle of care. And that for us, that circle of care is, you know, it's the financial people, it's the legal people, it's the bankers, it's all of those, the accountants, it's the people that really do a lot of the things that have nothing to do with our business, but everything to do with our business. And then I think the other thing that that we have that has really contributed to our success has been cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. And we have a big focus tactically on managing cash flow. And some of that is, you know, just wise spending, but a lot of it is leveraging things that are unique to Northern Ontario, like the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund and FedNor and those kinds of, you know, our ION, our Localized Innovation Center, those organizations leveraging the opportunities that are here in the North to supplement our growth needs while we're waiting to be in a position to do a capital raise through other angels like myself, which we have been. As an angel myself, I have been very strict with our team on when we reach out to the angel community for money, and I want it to be pretty much a sure thing when we ask for that money. Just from the integrity of, as an angel, I would love someone to make me give me an opportunity that they've made sure is rock solid, no pun intended. And so we have been using other financial vehicles to manage our cash flow, which has kept us in a very solid financial position, allowed us to be competitive and to continue to research and development of our products. And so if you combine the available capital with Imagineering and with a solid circle of care, those three things, I think, for us have allowed us to go from 5 guys with a scratch pad over dinner to a company now. I think we're at about 10 employees, and we're now emerging in South America, Africa, and the US in terms of market penetration.
That's excellent. Could you speak about this event that you're planning to host, an Ignite event coming soon?
Sure, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really crossing my fingers that the coming soon is September, but you know, COVID may have its own plans. So the genesis of this Ignite North Bay was originally started as a component of economic fertilization, so to speak. So we wanted to generate networking and visibility and some of the positive things economically and entrepreneurially and otherwise that are happening in our community. And we've been doing that for a couple of years. As we approach to get ready to do Ignite number 8, I believe we're on, we thought that based on the economic conditions and the direction that we wanted to take our local economy, that we might be able to leverage the Ignite as a special pitch event where we would partner with NOA and really showcase the startups that are in our community through a pitch competition that was embedded inside the Ignite format. And really looking to attract our broader Northern Angel community to North Bay and to highlight some of the startups that we're either attracting to the North from other parts of our province, or that were within our region that we wanted to give an opportunity to shine. And the original Ignite, like Ignite essentially is a 2-hour show that we put on where we showcase these kinds of things. And through the sort of collaboration with NOA, we really broadened that to be almost an entire day of activities surrounding entrepreneurship, startups, and basically networking investors with entrepreneurs and idea people, and that has broadened even further into really making it a pitch week that we collaborate with NOA on. That really has a number of events that not only showcase the talent but the environment. Because I think that as you look at, even for myself, facilitating SafeSight as a startup, really there are huge advantages to Northern Ontario that I think people don't generally understand, that are, and it's beyond, we got pretty parks and nice lakes. It's really the financial advantages where we can turn $1 into $5. And if you add to that a passionate investment community as we have in the angel community we have here, you really have the right chemistry to take a great idea, surround it with a strong circle of care, and grow it into a vibrant business. I think the advantage COVID has lent us is now we can demonstrate that you can be vibrant even if you're in a remote area, as long as you have connectivity. And I think all of that is really what the Ignite Pitch Week and the Ignite Pitch event that we're doing with NOA is essentially all about. Is really highlighting not only the advantages of our community in the north, but also of specific instances within our community, and really educating people that are outside of Northern Ontario on the full potential of the people here and the economic conditions that can be leveraged.
Well, I really hope that we can co-produce this with you, and looking forward to less restrictions across the COVID, that we can make that happen. And perhaps we're going to have a combination of a Zoom, virtual type event as well. So
absolutely.
Hard to know what the future brings, but I really appreciate the time that you took today to speak with me and to speak to our entrepreneurs and investors across the north. And best of luck to you in the coming months and years with your business.
Much appreciated. And I look forward to continuing collaboration, both as an angel and with the angels. I think that the moniker of angel is the right one for the group of folks that are prepared to invest time and money into developing our economy up here.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.